Hello, this is your family chef. I'm really famous for my hometown famous Choujiao dish. It's called an oyster omelette, and I enjoyed it at rare occasions when I was a child. It was a huge luxury. And then I left China, and for many years I went back to China. And first time I tasted, it went, wow, this is amazing, strong, very Chichaoese. And all you need is green shallots and the Chinese parsley, that's another name for it, some eggs, and this is the oyster sauce. There are many different brands, so don't worry about the brand. It's oyster sauce. I'm sorry, a fish sauce. And so the fish sauce, all this is necessary. If you have a gas stove, it's even better, but I don't. I have an infusion stove. And I find ways to make it work as good as I can. I also have a written recipe, which I'll come send it to you with this video. So I'm going to start with preparing it. So we're going to clean the shallots and chop it into tiny little bits, which I'll show you. And we're going to clean this, and we're going to cut it into bits about this big. And all this is prepared, and the eggs are just there. Then you really need the best fresh oysters. Now, Sydney oyster, of course, is delicious. One of the, if not the best oyster in the world. But for the oyster dish, traditionally, people go to the seaside and collect the small oysters, tiny little oysters, and it sort of spread more even with the omelette. However, you are going to get the big Sydney oysters. They are even bigger oysters, but the smaller the better. But it doesn't matter. Most importantly, it's got to be fresh. So, but if you can't get fresh oyster, that's okay. It will still work because it's so strong. The strong sauce, strong. This is on top, and it tastes will speak for yourself. You clean your shallots. The outer layer you can just get rid of it, so you get the nice. You chop the end off and wash it, dry it, and then you chop it as fine as you can do it comfortably. Be careful, don't chop your fingers. Put it in a bowl about this size. So that's about the length. This is really easy. So what happens is when you make your omelette, you will sprinkle a bit of these coriander or Chinese parsley on top that just give that taste. So the whole thing about the oyster omelette is that the oyster is a very distinguished, delicious but strong taste. When you slightly burn your eggs, the eggs also have its own beautiful burnt taste. And the fish sauce is strong, it's smelly. And this is strong too. And of course the spring onions. So it's one of those few things that you can combine them, all the strong ingredients together, and then burn them slightly, and it turned out to be great. The other important ingredient is the flour. That's got to be a sweet potato flour. A good one looks the same as a bad one, just powder. But the good one, when you finish cooking it, it's sticky and it's sort of a little bit chewy, and it tastes sort of brain. That's the only neutralizing factor. But I actually tried different flours, and the sweet potato flour is unbeatable. So far, I have one. I'm not serving this brand, but the one from Taiwan seems to be working really well. There are many good potato flours, but I found this is really good, and it is made in Taiwan. Just about all the Chinese grocery shops, fish sauce, sometimes you might have to ask for it, but most of the store is that. I'm introducing Darcy, who is my assistant, and she's going to put the oyster into a bowl. And you can also use the juice. The oyster juice can be used. I will show you how I use it. But some people do sell oysters in a bottle. You can use that too. But of course, if you buy it in the shell and freshly shrunk, then you got the best and the freshest. I'm really lucky to live next to the fish market in Sydney, where you get the best fish and oysters almost virtually next door. So your oysters are in a bowl, and there's some natural juice there, you don't want to waste it. So you can just pour it into what you're going to have, the mixture for the omelette. And now I'm going to put in the flour, and just have the right amount of flour. It's going to be very difficult to explain how much. So you're going to stir it in such a way it's not too much water and not too little. So if you look at this, it does look a bit too watery. So you want it to be a little bit more stickiness. It's better to have. I've been doing this for many years now, and sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it better. Don't think I ever reached perfection yet. I should measure everything. Then you'll be more likely to be perfect. But then what is the fun of it? So this sort of feels, fairly, there's a thickness to it. Yeah, and just, I think this would be close to it. So, okay. I much prefer a gas stove. However, I don't have a gas stove. I did have one, but my partner doesn't like it, so we changed it to infusion.
So that's about the right thickness.
Yeah, and it gets a little thicker as it goes, as you wait. So it's good to spread it out.
Waiting for the oil to get a little bit smoky. See a little bit of smoke.
We did. 10:36.
Yes. Coming up.
In
Oh,
prior
it's ready.
years with Sybil and Trevor listening on
Beautiful. Next one, right?
Yeah, add it as even as possible. But you want to wait until that's kind of burn. Usually a flat pan is good, it's better, it's easier, so that it spread the oyster more evenly. But I found with the infusion oven, the work seems to work better. It's more even, so you can see it's not quite cookier. It's getting there. Let's see. Oh, it's getting there, but still need to be a little bit more burning. I can put the rest in now.
Yeah, you're right. I did not expect that. So after looking all over, the rest of the stuff.
This is
I know.
well
you know,
done, just right.
the three-quarters.
I'm much happier with this one.
Good.
That's good to know. Man City match.
It's worth it just to watch the guy show you how to chop.
Oh, the chopping is important.
Absolutely fabulous. And then we found more interesting things on Rhyme.
I tell you
But,
again that you got